welcome back. I hope you have had fun, you're rested and ready for today's episode. We're going to be talking about color palettes. It's going to be a start on color palettes because we can talk about color until the birds come home. All right, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a simple perspex invitation. See here, nice perspex. Let's try not to get all much of the ring. And we're going to see how we can adapt the look and feel by just changing the color palette. Right, color palettes and textures and different elements can give you a completely different look and feel depending on what you're trying to create. Now we're going to work with 3 different color palettes and 3 lots of elements to show you how we can change up a simple perspex invitation and create warmth and feeling by just changing the color. So I'm going to create a fan in front of my mouth. The first one we're going to be looking at is sort of this burgundy, and then we're going to do this classic white with wax seal, and then this blush tone with the sort of country vintage ribbon. A lot of fun. So let's get into it. We're going to be using this beautiful perspex invitation. Now we've used a UV print on this invitation because it is one of the best ways to do a direct to substrate print. What's great about UV is that you can get this pure white and it prints on just about anything from perspex, vellum, wood, you name it. All right, our first color up in this palette is white. So we're going to be doing whites on whites. Moving on to burgundy, which is rich and warm, especially for the winters. And then the soft blush. Now the next step is to match a belly band color that will be in the same tonal range as your elements or your envelope. Here we can choose a rose gold, still in the same tonal range, but just slightly different. Here we're using the same color, but using the shininess of the ribbon to contrast with the matte of the envelope, as well as in the white. We're going to be using a wax seal. Now you can make up a custom seal of the monogram, or you can just use a standard generic wax seal that you may have. Now, first things first, we need to measure up and get the correct size for our belly band. What is really great about wax seals is that we can actually place it over the join so that you don't see the join and it looks a lot more seamless. We place all the elements together and into the envelope. Now it's very important to place in the envelope so that you can get the correct size of the belly band for the envelope. I like to use a 1.5 mil perspex for my invitations. They just look a lot more elegant and they don't look as bulky in the envelope. Now you need to check that all your edges are finished off nicely, and if there's any hiccups, remember, just fold back, tidy up. You want to make it look as neat as possible. And here you can see how the shiny and matte works so well in contrast. If you're going to be using a ribbon or a satin ribbon, always remember to tidy up the edges. Cut it first and then seal it with a flame, either with a lighter or over an open flame. All right, next step is to finish up the other end and to measure it up to size. Now, remembering you just want a small overlap, all right? And remember to tidy up those edges again so you don't get the fraying. I love using red tape for my belly band. Reason being, it's a highly sticky, highly adhesive tape. And because the belly bands come on and off and have a lot of movement, we want something that is quite durable. I tend to put both sides of my ribbon, top and bottom, to give that extra strength when the belly band is moved up or down. Okay, you see here we're using a round buckle. Now the best thing is to use a similar shape. You'll see that we had a round monogram, so a round buckle would work better than the square in this instance. We are going to put the buckle, we're going to thread it through and place it in the middle. And then we're going to match up and glue up at the back. And remember to match inline the ribbon so that it doesn't overlap to get that seamless look at the back. Unfortunately, with buckles, you cannot hide the joints, and make it as neat as possible. All right, we're going to move on and place it into our envelope. Once we're happy with the placement, remembering we need to measure out for the belly band. I like doing a horizontal belly band versus a vertical belly band for the envelope. I just feel it finishes it off nicely, and it seals the back of the envelope quite nice. All right, and there we go. Buckle belly band. Now we're going to change it up. We're going to create a sort of country feel with eyelets and double layer tags. Now what we do is we make a hole, place the eyelet in place, and then punch it or seal it closed. Eyelets are a great way, especially with vellum. Vellum is very difficult to put tape on and get a decent finishing touch, so eyelets and braids in this case are fantastic. Then we measure it up, double it up, because this is a very thin twine. I find it looks better if it goes twice or even 3 times around. So what you're going to do is you're going to knot it once, place the tag in place, and then knot it up. If you find it doesn't sit nicely, you can always take the little legs of the twine and place them underneath the wraparounds. I find this gives just a more even finish. We place the second vellum insert, and I move them apart so you get this crisscross zigzag kind of look. All right, looking fabulous. And now we do the same for the envelope. Then we crisscross, tying up. We add our name tag with eyelets, and voila, we have a beautiful blush country looking invitation. Remember, if you like what you see, remember to subscribe. Likes, we like the likes, and any comments. We promise to answer every single comment on any one of our social media platforms, so click that bell for the notifications. I hope you enjoyed that DIY as much as I enjoyed giving you all the information. I love teaching. It's one of my greatest passions, and I am just so happy I could share this with you. Only more and bigger and better things to come. So that's me for today. Stay gorgeous.